Hello, happy Sunday to you. Welcome to the Sunday night live stream with me, Gwen Dixon from Living Your Best Life Coaching. I am going to find myself find myself now over on Facebook and also stream into my Facebook Soul Family Facebook group where a lot of you are probably waiting. So if you're watching this on replay, you can fast forward this bit. If you're joining me now, pop a comment in either on YouTube or on the Facebook page to say hello and let me know that you're there. As I say, I will find myself and let you know that I'm live as well. Here we go. So it just takes a little bit longer because I'm streaming to 3 different places, or that's the intention. So it does take a little bit longer to get going. However, it's all good. And it feels like it has been a little while since I've gone live. I'll explain more about that in a moment once we get some people joining me. So let's do this now. And actually see a couple of people who we want to tag as well. Oh, hi, Danny. Nice to see you. Your fastest finger first this evening. Was going to say morning. It is evening, yes. I know. It's like, what day is it? What time is it? Where are we? What day of the month is it? I totally get that. So let me just bring a couple of other people on to join us while we're doing this. So let me do that and we'll get going. And I'm also going to share into the Soul family as well. So I'm being a bit fancy. So how are you doing, my darling? As I say, it's been a wee while. I was going to say it's a wee while since I've seen you. It's a wee while since I've seen anybody on here doing a live. So let me do this as well. And you can comment whilst I'm doing this. So share to find more options, share to a group. That's what we want to do. Soul family. So gone are the days when we just went live in the Soul family and a Soul on a Sunday evening. We do sometimes do that on a Friday or different times. We do our little private ones, but a Sunday evening we like to broadcast a little bit wider. So let me just say, let's do this. Maybe one day I will find out an easier way to do it, but it's like because of the way it's set up now, we've got to StreamYard to a couple of places and then share that on. So let me do it. Posting. So yeah, how are you doing, Danny? What's been happening with you? And oh, hi, Polly. Nice to see you. Good to see you. So Polly's on YouTube, so that's good. So we've got Danny, I think, is on Facebook. Yep, Danny's on Facebook and Polly's on YouTube, so that's good. Everything's working. Woohoo! Let me take a little drink of tea. Tee-hee. So yeah, I've got a couple of decks here. So we might do we might choose a couple and or give you a choice between them. I just grabbed a few before I started there. Confusing you with my username. I know it always takes me a wee minute to go, but I know who it is now. Hi, Katja, lovely to see you. Danny's saying she's good, thanks. So this is nice. We've got a few of the regulars on here on different places. So I do love that. I love to be able to stream into different places. It's very exciting. So you might have seen, if you saw my post earlier on, saying that I'm coming back and doing a live again tonight. There's been a few reasons why I haven't been live for a few weeks. So, and some of you know this already, that are, we've been working a little bit more closely together. Thank you for the hearts. But yeah, I just wanted to share a little bit because, life always has its ups and downs. It has its moments, and that's what we signed up for, really, isn't it? To have those. Lovely to see you too. Thank you. To have those ups and downs and to realise that we're kind of here for it all, even though things may be challenging and seem unreal at times, or seem like, why is this happening? Pardon me. We know that we're part of a greater whole. We're part of I want to say a world wide web. We're part of the oneness, if you like. So Um, just to give you a little bit of background. So 3 weeks ago yesterday, it seems like longer, but it's only 3 weeks ago. So on the 1st of August, on the very first of the month, um, I was actually heading out to meet some friends for lunch. It was for a friend's birthday, and I got the devastating news that my youngest cousin had died at age 55. And despite the fact she'd actually lived with a life-limiting illness, I guess, she lived with cystic fibrosis. And she'd been through double lung transplant, been through so many things, so many ups and downs, and that, I guess, was her, not just her journey, but her sole contract, in this life was to have these challenges. But it wasn't anything to do with that she died from. So it was very sudden, very unexpected, very just, we just couldn't take it in. It just unreal. Um, and then I was actually due to go on holiday a few days later. So, yeah, that was it. It was a blessing, and it was also very, very strange as well, and for my poor aunt, my cousin had always lived at home, so it is, that's a huge adjustment in itself. And since my uncle had died, it had been the two of them together. And then, um, yeah, so went on holiday. So I thank you, darling. It's still sinking in, as I say, even though it's been a few weeks now, it's still just trying to make sense of it, even though, like, I have the beliefs that I have and understand that we can still have a relationship. We will still meet again, if you like, in this life and the next. But still, it seems unfair in so many ways. And so I went on holiday. I did enjoy the holiday. Managed to relax, and as I say, it was good timing in a way to have that break from reality and that break from things. Although I don't want to go on about this too much anyway. It was hard for the family and so on. And then we knew that the funeral would be once I came back, so that was all okay. So that was earlier this week. And then, unfortunately, my auntie, with the stress of it all, then took ill and took a stroke and didn't manage to go to the funeral. She didn't manage to attend the funeral because she was ill and in hospital herself. And I've just been visiting her again this afternoon. I've been up a few times this week. And there's just so much upheaval, so much. It's not just change, is it? It's yeah. But yeah, in between times, I've had some beautiful times as well. I've been to the Edinburgh Festival. My team want to talk about this as well. That, life is hard, life is challenging. It's like a roller coaster at times, and not to be twee about it, but it is. It's what you call love and full expression. Life is life, and that you can be here one day and gone the next. And I suppose what I want to say about that is that this is what I'm all about. Literally, my business is called Living Your Best Life Coaching, and that might seem like an overplayed phrase, or it can get a bit, a big guess with it. It can be a bit overused, or it can be sort of hackneyed. Bless her. Thank you. I know she's getting on the mend now, thankfully. And maybe part of her, he just couldn't cope with the stress, and needed to take herself out of the actual being there for the funeral. That might be been a blessing for her to actually remove herself from it, although in a bit of a dramatic way, and very shocking to the rest of us. That was upsetting to her, the rest of her family, and to us as well. So, but yeah, what I wanted to say about that is, it does also remind you that life is short, and we literally never know the minute, because what she died from was something completely unexpected, completely out of the blue, and it literally, she had an operation and didn't survive. Basically, didn't. She got through the operation, but then there was complications and so on, and we have got to believe that is part of our soul contract, is part of what we want. But like, the soul wants that, but the human in us struggles to come to terms with it. And also, it puts things in so much perspective, because how many things do we put off until tomorrow, or we think, oh, I'll do that someday, or oh, I can't do that because, and I don't want to say we make up excuses. We have our reasons. We have our, a lot of it's fear based, or it's, um, things from our past that we talk about flip the script. It's our stories, it's our inner script, and so on, that prevents us from doing things sometimes. But it's like, life is what you make of it, and we're only here for this one short physical lifetime. Yes, we go on eternally beyond this, but actually in this lifetime, doing the things that we came in to do, doing the things, whether it's fulfilling our purpose, meeting our mission, or whatever you want to say. If we feel that strongly, if we have that passion, if we have that thing that we know that we are meant to do, that we're here to fulfill, let's not put it off. And I'm as guilty as anybody else of saying, "Well, I'm going to do this, that, and the next thing," or "I would really like to do this," and then, "Oh, I've not got time," or "I've not done it," or all these sort of things. But it brings things into sharp. Thank you. It brings things into sharp focus, doesn't it? And as I say, with my auntie being ill this week as well, that again was another fright of like, oh my goodness, please, don't do that. So I say I'm not going to go into personal stuff too much detail, but I just want to share that with you, and for you to take whatever lessons from that, whatever perspective from that, whatever you've maybe put off, or you've told yourself, you'll do it one day when you've got the money, when you've got the time, when you've got the whatever, the means, the motive, or whatever it might be. Then please, take this as an opportunity to love your life, to live your life, to fully live, and to do everything that you possibly can do, or that you would love to do. While you have your health, while you have the chance. And yeah, don't put off for tomorrow what you can do today, is kind of the message from that. So I am going to pull an Art of Manifestation card for us, because I feel like I've been chatting about that, but it's important to say that, and that will no doubt inform the theme of our messages tonight. And as I say, if there's anything that you would like to share, if there's anything that's been on your mind, or that you've been struggling with, and maybe that helps you guys, please do share that as well, because that is my intention in sharing this. Not for you to feel sorry for me or anything like that, because it's not that I don't have sadness about it, but equally I want to take the beauty in it, the message in it, if you like. I want to take the positives from it, such as they are, and that we want to cherish the loved ones that we have. We want to cherish the experiences that we have, and we want to cherish the life that's given to us, and do something with it, really, if we can do. And I know you guys that are here watching me live, are all doing that in some way, and those of you that will watch later, I'm sure, will have some sort of aha moment, or revelation, or whatever you want to say with that as well. So what I am going to quickly do, if I can, is I was wanting to go into the group. I'm not sure whether. Thank you, honey. Thank you for all the hearts. So that's why, as I say, I've been intending to sort of, you think, oh, things will get back to normal, or after the holiday, or after the service. No problem, lovely. I was just telling the others about what's been happening over the last couple of weeks with my family. So I won't repeat it, because I know you're aware of the situation anyway. It's suffice to say, we were just talking about living our life, and not putting off tomorrow what we can do today, etc. So just to have a little bit of a shift, I guess, like while we're shuffling the cards and bringing through the messages and the guidance for everyone, it's reminded me that you had an amazing trip recently, Marie, where we've got a couple of cards here, where you went down to London and you overcame sort of previous. We are spiritual beings having a human experience. Thank you, Danny. And it can be rather challenging sometimes. Exactly. And the thing to remember and to bear in mind is that was what we wanted. We want to have that full experience. We didn't come here just to, what do you want to say? just to live life on the flat and everything being hunky dory and rainbows and unicorns sort of thing. We actually need those challenges to, to kind of, I talk about the hero's journey sometimes, or to have those milestones in our soul contract, and we need those milestones to make us appreciate the human experience and to make us appreciate how short life is, or if everything just ticked along hunky dory, we did the same thing every day, that would be pretty boring, wouldn't it? It would be dull, and we would just, we just wouldn't appreciate life for all the beauty that it involves, the beauty that it contains. And so, we've been sharing a lot of stories, we've been sharing a lot of memories, and I have to say, without going on too much further, because we have got a couple of cards, that the funeral service was absolutely lovely, and we don't want to wait until we're not here anymore for somebody to be talking about us when we're gone. You know what I mean? Hi, Joe, lovely to see you, darling. We want to be celebrating life now and living life now, and hopefully, but yeah, also, I guess, having people say wonderful things about us at the end, and having chosen what we want to have happen and things like that. And that's what we want to do. We want to choose love for ourselves first. So I feel like I'm waffling on a bit now. So yeah, it's important to kind of take that from it. And you always get smiles at these things, and there was a little bit of kind of banter because I've got two other cousins, two boys, and well, they're boys, they're my age and older, but we call them the boys. And there was a bit of banter, with them, and a bit of like the competitive spirit, and that's what helped her thrive. Because she was a walking miracle, to be quite frank, with the things that she'd been through and the things that that she had to contend with in her life, that she did make it to that age. So we've got to take that positive from it as well. And for those of us that don't have those sort of things, or that maybe have some challenges and so on, we've got to really rise above it and see, well, how can I take something from it, or how can I share something that can inspire somebody else, or can make a difference to someone else, whether it's in a small way or a big way, something, whether it's our children or, whatever. So Danny's saying 100%, we're in the shadow of the eclipse energy at the moment, and it's revealing so much in so many ways. Yeah, exactly. And so, yeah, we want to take those positives from that. So two cards came out from the Art of Manifesting, just to kind of tie up this lesson, if you like. Thank you for the hearts, everyone. And we'll see what those are. And then I've got a couple of decks here that you can choose for your own messages. And if you're watching on YouTube, if you're not live on YouTube here like Polly is, just trust that the messages and the guidance, you'll get something from those too, whether it's from these or whether it's from the cards that we pull for everyone else who is here live. That's the way my experiences work. That's the way my team have set this up, and I've set this up with my soul, that in any of my experiences that you come into, whether it's a live here or whether it's in person or whether it's, a one-to-one or a group scenario, whatever, you always get exactly what you need when you find it in perfect divine time, and you experience the beauty of life, you experience the beauty of life in full expression. And whether you receive it today, tomorrow, or 6 months' time, it'll always be something that'll be perfect divine timing for you. So the first card that we got is Have Your Voice, which is number 22. So yesterday was the energy of 22, and 22 is the number of the master builder. So, this is saying that when you share your voice, and look at the frequency energy on this card, this is one that hasn't ever came out before when we've been doing these readings and using this deck. And I love them as a kind of guide message for everyone. So there's a lot of energy, a lot of frequency, and as Danny says, we're in the post-eclipse energy at the minute, still in that portal, in that kind of window. So there is a lot of changes going through. There's a lot happening energetically. So 22 is a powerful master number, an angel number, and we'll refer to the book in a second. And it says, is there something that you need to say? An inability to speak can leave us with feelings of hurt and resentment, which then create a kind of internal energetic roadblock. Voice your feelings to yourself or write them down. It is time to release the past. And so that is one thing that, we don't want to leave things unsaid for one thing, from what we've been talking about. Imagine not even just imagine. I'm now being taken to when my dad died, which was over 20 years ago now, 25 years ago actually, and I didn't get didn't get a chance to say goodbye to my dad really either, because um, he got up from the dinner table, the Sunday dinner table, went to visit his sister, had a heart attack, and died. So, and my mum and I were sitting chatting and went, "Oh, bye, see you later." And there's that expectation of, of course you'll come back and I'll see you later, I'll see you next week, or I'll chat to you on the phone or what have you. So don't leave things left unsaid. Just telling somebody that you love them, or giving them a hug, or whatever. But also, if there's things that I want to say are kind of getting stuck in your throat, if there's something that's within you to be voiced, to be expressed, to be shared, whether that's in writing, whether that's in song and poetry and art, or some other form of self-expression, something that you love to do and would be love for you first, and it might help other people as well. So, because I know some of you here are very much your leaders, your activists, your artists, your advocates, all of these good things. In fact, I think everyone here, I would get a yes for that, and probably everyone watching as well. You've either got that in you, you've got experience of that, or you've got a desire to do that, and a desire to do that perhaps on a new level, on a bigger level, on a wider scale. So, and using your voice and having your voice, and saying what your experience is. You're not to take away from someone else's experience, or to make them wrong or whatever, but just to share your experience of life. And that helps other people who maybe aren't brave enough to use their voice, or feel restricted in some way. So let me have a look at the angel number for that, and I will have a wee look at the book as well. But expressing yourself, expressing who you truly are, is so important, and it's definitely important for us to do in this lifetime while we have the chance. That's what I want to say. So 22, as well as being that master builder energy, that master, master number in numerology, says you are at a crucial blah blah blah. You are at a crucial point on your journey, which will help you understand the relationships and spiritual assignments that will support your growth. And that's exactly what we're talking about, really, isn't it? It's like, whether we think, well, why is this happening to me, or why is this happening to someone else, or that's so unfair, or all of these things, it's a crucial point for which, as we've said, energetically, as a consciousness, as a whole, as a, not just a country, but you know what I mean, as a species, I want to say, or as people on this journey, on this, this wavelength, this frequency, because we want to make a difference. We want to live our life to the fullest, and so it's crucial for us to have those understandings, and to see where we fit in, kind of thing. So then I will quickly look at this, and we've got one more card as well, and then we'll do personal messages for everyone that's here. So have your voice. We've kind of said that. Additional messages. This card is an indication that you have been unable to voice your true feelings, either directly or to a particular person, or you have been unable to speak openly about a situation. Even if other people around you are unable to listen to you, it's still important for you to have a voice. And I know, Joe, if you're still there, darling, you guys were saying last week in another group that we're in, we were talking about that on Monday night, actually, I think, weren't we, that something, and I forget the guy's name, I'm terribly sorry, but like an activist had taken his own life, I believe, because he had been hounded, and because his voice was getting suppressed. So that makes it all the more important and pertinent that if you have something to say, whether it's feelings about that or feelings about something else, that you have been holding back, that freedom of expression, that freedom to use your voice, or to make art, or to make some sort of statement and stand, is all the more important, because we need to stand together and do that, don't we? So it says, you may wish to write a not to send letter. Write about your situation, stating exactly how you feel and why you feel that way. Then either bury the letter or burn it, or allow the winds of heaven to take it away, along with any other emotional residue that had remained. So how powerful is that? Yes, Joe's saying thanks for the reminder to speak up. And that's it. Speaking up might be, for you, it might be, I know you're a very creative lady, so it might be writing a poem, or it might be creating a piece of art, or doing something that kind of expresses how you feel when maybe you don't have the words, or maybe you just want to write something and get it off your chest and write it in that way. And then maybe you want to put that into something else that you're doing. So yeah, whatever works for you. It doesn't have to always be a public thing, but if it's something that, if that helps you to do that, and I know you have the platform to do that, Joe, then yeah, that's the reminder there to have your voice. And the other one that came up alongside that was the inner critic, number 25. And you've actually got a heart there in the hands on the image there. So this card says, this card asks you to transform your inner critic into an inner critique. The realistic appraisal and constructive feedback of a critique will enhance your ability to step into the very best version of yourself, whereas ongoing and persistent criticism will wear you down, eroding your confidence and your belief in your abilities. So, when we've got our voice, or when we've got something that we want to say, and as I say, a lot of at the time, it's that inner critic that prevents us from getting on our soapbox or doing the thing that we've kind of declared internally, or perhaps to a few close friends, or in a small group, we might say, "Oh, I really want to do this," and then when it comes to it, we bottle it, or something else comes up, or our fears come up, or our judgments, our inner script, as we say when they flip the script. All of that comes up. So when we can turn it into a critique rather than a critic, then that can help us. And I know, Joe, that you're good at doing that. When we've spoken. So the additional guidances for this one, and we'll do the number in a second, says, do you have a raging inner critic? And of course, we're all our own inner critic, or our own worst critic, aren't we? If you were to speak aggressively to a child and heavily criticise them, within a few minutes, we would watch them physically shrink, overloaded by the enormity of our words. And I know Joe's a teacher, so she knows all about that, as do some of the others of you as well, who are parents, etc. And yet many of us speak to ourselves in exactly this way. This card asks you to notice your inner dialogue. Until we bring something into our realm of awareness, we cannot create the changes that we need to resolve a problem. If your inner dialogue is heavily critical, then try the following exercise. Imagine that someone you care deeply about is in a difficult situation, similar to your own. How would you approach supporting them? What would you say that would offer compassionate understanding with constructive feedback, enabling them to move forwards, finding resolution and building confidence in the process? Now apply this approach to yourself. And Joe's saying, thanks, Gwen, so encouraging. And we just all need that little bit of encouragement, don't we, when we have something important to do, but also because it is important, or it's so important to us and we care about it so much, that's when we can sort of put pressure on ourselves, or we can make it seem so big that it seems, overwhelming or enormous kind of thing, And so we're talking about that not to send letter. Perhaps we can write that letter to ourselves, and also write it as if we were writing to a best friend or a pen pal or a loved one or whatever, and tell them how much you love them and you appreciate them, and that they have got something important to share. So the number that goes with that is a 25. And that says, your angels want you to trust that all your hard work and commitment will pay off. Soon you will enjoy the fruits of your labour. So that's really perfect as well, isn't it? That when we have our voice, and when we silence the voice of our inner critic and turn it into our inner critique and our inner cheerleader, if you like, using your higher self and your unseen team to be your cheerleader, then that's when we can work together, and we can realise, well, I'm not alone anyway. I've always got my team there. I've always got my angels. I've got my higher self. I've got my guides. So why am I thinking I've got to do it myself? And why am I hesitating when actually, and we've got us as well, we've got our physical cheerleaders here as well. So that's a lovely way to start off. So let me grab a pen just to get names. I should remember them, but still. Because it's been a few weeks, I feel as if I'm slightly off, out of practice. So we have got, who was on first? Danny was up first, and then Polly, and then Katja, Marie, and Joe. Right, okay. So I've got a couple of decks here, ladies. I have got the Wisdom of the Oracle. And I've also got, and I've just chucked the box on the floor for those ones, the Sacred Forest. So let me know whether you want wisdom or whether you want sacred. Now, Danny, you're up first, and I'm actually shuffling. You can choose what you want, but I'm shuffling the Sacred Forest because I know you love a tree, to hug a tree and things like that. I know you love a forest. So we're going to shuffle these first, and then I'll shuffle the Wisdom of the Oracle as well, and you can let me know which one you'd like. Oh, hi, Nicole. Nice to see you. Nicole seeing me. Wisdom says Joe. So, Nicole, I shall add you to the list. So, I have just been chatting about like why I've been kind of absent for a few weeks and what's been happening. I know you've kind of had similar, I think you've had similar challenging circumstances as well. So, Joe is saying wisdom. Danny, what would you like, my love? Ooh, the Sacred Forest. I thought you might. I just had a feeling those would be your vibe. So let me just take a little drink of water and we'll get you a Sacred Forest card. So everybody else who's waiting, Polly, Katja, Marie, and Nicole, let me know. Snap. So yeah, if you're waiting for your turn, let me know in the comments which deck you would like. And let's see what the guidance is. Thanks, lovely. I was a little late. Yeah, I've had a right mad time. Yeah, we definitely need to catch up. A wee coffee is in order, I think, just whenever you've got the chance to do that. I'm actually going back to the Edinburgh Festival on Tuesday. I've got quite a few shows. So I think some of you might have seen that last Monday, myself and my pal, who's recently retired and I'm semi-retired, so we took ourselves off to Dealer's Choice, says Polly. Right, okay. We took ourselves off to the Edinburgh Festival because I had got tickets for the BBC Scotland Afternoons, the recording of the live radio show, which was great. And actually, that's where I was yesterday for Lorraine Kelly's thing at the book festival as well. And we've ended up, we saw quite a few different acts while we were there. They were like getting interviewed, and so we both ended up booking different shows to go and see afterwards. So she went to see one on Thursday and had a wee day herself. I went yesterday to see Lorraine Kelly, and could I have the forest? No problem. Then I went to a flamenco show in the afternoon, did a bit of shopping and stuff. And again, it's like, well, I had just booked the one show, and it's like, well, I'm here. I may as well enjoy the full day, which I did. So as I say, and Marie, we started to tell your story that, like, when you came on about, here's Danny's card. When you went into London, took yourself off to London a few weeks ago to the Tate Gallery to see it's a Frida Kahlo exhibition, and also Tracy Emin, wasn't it? And you had a bit of an adventure then and proved to yourself you could do a lot more than you thought as well. So yeah, just whatever your little adventures you can have, we encourage you to have them. So you've got this one, Danny, which is Guardians of the Land, and it also says protection. So I'm going to see if I can see. Yeah, they can see that in the image there and the photographs there. So it's like a stag is in the background of the image there. That's what I was trying to see, because I can only see a small picture, so I can't see it that well. But we have got this a stag kind of emerging from the shadows. It's number 21 as well. So let us see what the message is for you. So, Guardians of the Land, you are safe. These words seem to emerge from the land and radiate from the trees to echo in your soul. You hear these words again and again. And I know that's something that you've been working on for a long time, Danny, as well. So it seems very, very appropriate for you. And it's also what you have, because you, like, whenever we have these things that we're constantly working on, it also means that we have a gift around creating safety for others, around creating safety for ourselves. And I know it always feels the opposite to that, or maybe for a long time it's felt the opposite to that. And equally, you know how gifted and talented you are as well. So the sacred guardians of the land are whispering to you, you are safe. You know that you are protected and cared for. You can feel tendrils of their loving energy wrap around you and embrace you. Their unleashed power cocoons you in safety. You are enough just as you are, no matter what has happened or occurred in the past. The truth is, you are absolutely and unconditionally enough as you are. You are loved, you are cherished. And I was talking about cherishing your loved ones and cherishing yourself earlier on. So I love that. Cherish feels like a command word almost, isn't it? And it's not, how often do you say, I cherish you or I cherish myself? But I want you to kind of use that word for yourself this week. Maybe do a bit of mirror work and just say, I absolutely cherish you. I love you. Just as you would to a pet or a loved one, a child or what have you. We want to do that to ourselves. But it says, do not be concerned about outside forces and the judgments and expectations of others. You are protected in your own energy field. This card can appear when you need to take steps to protect your energy. While the guardians of the land will help out, you must also be responsible for your own well-being. Envision a protective shield around yourself and around your home. Spend time with people and in situations that uplift your energy rather than draining it. And that's it. That's the key, isn't it? Is like getting that uplift. And sometimes we feel like we've got to provide the uplift, or we've got to lift up everyone else. We've got to do, the heavy lifting almost. But it's like, spend time with people that feel good to your soul, or in places that feel good to your soul, and just let that, do the energetic work for you, and know that you are safe and that you're always going to be, where you're meant to be with who you're meant to be with, and doing exactly what you're meant to do. And I get a big yes for that for you. You are safe and surrounded by a protective shield. You are not alone. Your life is guided and protected by higher forces. Within this, you can soar to great heights. And I love that word soar, because what I help people who work with me directly is we connect with those sensitivities, we connect with those challenges, and we connect with the star powers and the prowess that only you uniquely possess. And that's what helps you to soar. That's what helps you to reach your heights, to reach your pinnacle, and to do the unique things that only you can do in the world. So I love that one for you, Danny, because I know you know a lot of this already, and obviously we're all still on our journey with that as well. So the 21 says, your connection to the universe is really strong and you are being filled with inspiration and guidance. Be open and aware. So there's that message of like knowing that you're safe, knowing that you're not alone, knowing that there's like that. I wanted to say that there's like that stag, and the card almost feels like a watcher type of energy, like a guardian angel, watcher, gatekeeper type of energy, and just know that you've always got them looking over you and protecting you. So no matter what things that are happening that are challenging, you're still always going to be okay. So that's a lovely message for you, a lovely reminder for you, I want to say. Let me know how that lands with you. Polly said dealer's choice, so I'm going to do Wisdom of the Oracle for Polly. And then Katja, you're up next. So Katja, let me know what you want, or if not, we'll just do a dealer's choice for you as well. Beautiful, thank you. You're welcome. So did you get any tingles? Did you get any of the energy, any goosebumps, anything else when I shared that, or was it just what you needed to hear? Whoops, a daisy. Polly's card has come out, also the rest of them are falling out, because that's what Vivian likes to do, to shake up the energy. So you've got this one, Polly, which is to be fair. There's a wee bit of light on the card there, but let's see. So in the middle of it, so there's a person here kind of, I want to say they're holding scales, a bit like kind of Lady Liberty, or like the Libra star sign. She's kind of holding scales here, I would say, and it's number 38. She's got an owl for wisdom on top of her, balancing on top of her head, and there's a kind of heart-shaped face in the middle of the card as well. So there's a bit of a reflection on the phone there with the light that's above me. So you maybe can't see it that well, but I can share the photos in the group afterwards if you like. And we'll probably shuffle some cards for those that haven't been here to join us. So let's see what the book has to say. And it's 38. So we'll see what the angel numbers have to add. Oh, you're a Libra. Oh, wow. I didn't realize that. Danny says, I got the Lady Gaia card this morning too. So goes well with that Mother Earth tendrils. Exactly. So I knew that was a kind of ongoing message for you. So it's like yeah, the earth, the guardians of the forest or whatever they call them, like you are very much being protected and surrounded by that energy. So that's why we were drawn to get you one of those cards as well, wasn't it? So I honestly, I didn't remember that you were a Libra, Polly. So that's perfect, isn't it? My mum was a Libra as well, actually. 24th of September was her birthday, or is her birthday. So to be fair, essential meanings: balance, justice, and I know you're a justice seeker as well. That you're very justice is very important to you. I need to consider options: mutual benefit, the law of cause and effect. So the Oracle's message says life offers experiences that are challenging and experiences that are nourishing. And that's really what we're talking about as we came on. It's like we always have those challenges when, somebody we love dies or someone else gets ill or they all happen at once. And, we sort of think what on earth is going on. But equally, there's a balance to that as well. And like I've been saying for myself, that's been what's been happening with me. And they're giving me a very big yes for that. And that to share that with you, that even when things are, you might feel like things are tipping one way on the scale, that there is a balance and there is that perspective to be shown. So it says you move from stasis to doing, from discovering, to loving, to letting go, to being again. Life is a pendulum swinging between all of these states. You will always oscillate back and forth between doing and being. If you are not content with where you are at this moment, remember that all experiences have their place. And what I want to say about that as well, because for myself, like a lot of you guys know that I have a journal that I share with clients, and that's fundamental to what I do. And when I was doing my journal this morning, and I'd gone into doing mode and like, oh, I've got to do the washing, I've got to do this, I've got to do that, because I've been busy and because there's been so many other things going on that have taken precedence. But yet life still has to happen. And I'm like, oh, I've gone into human doing mode rather than being. But like sometimes we just have to do that. So, and just know that it's a balance. We don't always have to be achieving something or be, yes, it's nice to connect with guides and all the rest of it, but sometimes we've got to do the washing. Sometimes we've got to just do the chores, you know what I mean? Like clean the house or things like that. And it's okay. We don't have to be esoteric all the time or up in the ether all the time. We have to find that balance. We have to live our human lives as well as to be divinely connected as well, So it says, if you're not content with where you are at this moment, remember that all experiences have their place. Accept them without judgment, and you will see how the universe adjusts in perfect balance. You reap what you sow. For every cause, there is an effect. Wondrous things will be revealed now. And I know wondrous things are being revealed to you anyway, so that's very much the case. So let's have a quick look. Could you get wisdom? Of course you can, honey. We're going to have a quick look at the prosperity message, just to see what that is for you. So that says, now is a time for even exchanges. So an energetic exchange is what we're looking for there. Justice will prevail, and you will be treated accordingly. In all your affairs, you will be able to negotiate fair settlements. Mutual gain is the gift to you and your partners and colleagues. And actually, we were talking about that the other day on the call that we all had. We were saying about sometimes you have to have those boundaries, and not just kind of people please and give everything away to everybody, so that we can have that energetic exchange and that kind of win-win and that quid pro quo, especially when you are sharing of who you are and your specialities, if you like, your prowess. You want to make sure that we don't just kind of give it away to all and sundry. We want to be mindful of that, and that there's some sort of exchange, some sort of like, no, Barb, you're fine. You can have either a wisdom or a forest. Let me know. Where was I? Distracted myself there, but in a good way. So yeah, mutual gain is that gift. So it's that win-win. It's that energetic exchange. It's that, like for like experience, rather than it being all give or all take kind of thing. Wisdom, no problem, hon. Nicole, did you let me know what you wanted? Or you want a wisdom as well? I've just seen that in the comments. That's fine. So this is also a good time to square your finances and take stock of how you're compensated for your work. So again, that's on that similar wavelength, isn't it, of that kind of energetic exchange. This card signifies balance, justice, and negotiations. So remember that all things must be fairly recompensed. Keep this as your truth, and so it will be. And I know you know about creating truths, so that feels like a good one for you. And that's really where you're at the minute. You're exploring your gift and exploring using them with, exploring them and practicing them, but also, valuing them as well and realizing these are really precious. So we don't just want to give this away to, any Tom, Dick, or Harry kind of thing. You want to value it for yourself. You want to value that self-expression, and then when you put it out into the world, to have other people value it as much as you do, sort of thing. So, Katja wants a wisdom as well. So let's see what we have for her, and then I'm going to do a forest one for Marie, and then everybody else wants wisdom. So yeah, it's nice to be back. As I say, I know I did spend quite a little bit of time chatting about things at the beginning, but then it's important to share that. And Marie, this one's kind of for you as well. I want to say, although it's for Katja, you'll like this one because it's penguins, soulmates. You're welcome, honey. So I like that because that's got a particular significance to Marie and to a family member of hers, or a soul family member of hers. So I like that we're kind of feeling like we're almost kind of going in advance to you as well. So, like I say, it's collective guidance as well as individual guidance, isn't it? So, Katja, this is your card, 41, soulmates. And the essential meaning is harmonious partnerships, love, friendship, companionship, a relationship fostering personal growth. And actually, before we go into the rest of the card, what I want to say is, like, harmonious partnerships, when we were talking about earlier on, I think to Danny, we were talking about, she got the message about being safe and being protected. And actually, although that's always been a challenge for her and something she's had to work at, believing and work on, it's also a capability or a strength of hers. And Marie's saying she loves it. This is how the World Wide Web works, isn't it? The wonderful web of oneness that we're all part of. So when harmonious partnerships is a strength of our soul, is what we came in to learn and what we came in to be really powerful and prowessful at. That's also the thing that we're challenged with the most. So I feel like you might recognise that interpretation, Katja. So the Oracle's message says, you are meant to evolve and transform with the companionship of others. Certain people enter into your life in order to take you to the next level of healing, consciousness, and authenticity. It is always a reciprocal experience, although the results for each of you will vary. You know these people by the strong pull drawing you toward them, and sometimes by a strong aversion to them initially too. Soulmates can be friends for life or remain in your life for only a short time. No matter what, you will be changed by in ways that you can't possibly fathom now. Pay attention to those people today. They are your greatest gifts. And even though it might be someone that's no longer in your life or that relationship has shifted, recognize that it is a gift and that they have given you something wonderful and that they have agreed to be part of your soul contract and agreed to be that person for you. Sometimes somebody agreeing to be like the villain of the piece almost, or and soulmates can be best friends as well. And people come into your life for like a season or a reason, or all of these things. So it's reminding ourselves of that as well. So the prosperity message says, strategic alliances are most important right now as you begin to attract the perfect people to support your dreams. This is a journey you will share with others. Mentors, business partners, helpers, employees, creative partners, friends, and strangers open doors for you and step through the portal to join you in a harmonic dance of collaboration, commitment, and co-creation. This is what you've been waiting for. And that's a lovely message as well, because when we see soulmates, we often think, oh, it's got to be the romantic partner. And sometimes we've got beliefs about that or challenges around that. But actually, as I say, soulmates can be people that you collaborate and co-create with, and that you're here on a joint mission, or you're here to bring something into the world that only in togetherness energy can you do that, so, and it can be it can like being in the soul family. Us, we've all had experiences, a lot of us have had experiences on like the script collective, the intensive immersive experiences that we've been together, and that bonds us as well, whether we've met in person or just being through, going through that intense experience together can really bond us as well, and feel like, there's something, these people get me, these people know me, these people understand me. So yeah, there's something more about that for you there. And the 38 says, you are uncovering memories from lifetimes beyond your current lifetime. Your current spiritual interests are inspired by experiences from previous lives. When we talk about experiences from previous lives, it is actually our higher self that has the experience, but because their soul is entwined with ours and our soul is entwined with theirs, and they contain the same energy, a lot of the same energy, then we feel like we've lived that previous life, and it's actually our higher self that's had those previous incarnations, previous physical humans that they were looking after, and then that, comes into to our lifetime, into our DNA as well, I want to say. So that's a longer topic for another day. But anyway, it's a really nice message to get. And as I say, for you personally, for anyone else who's here, and for anyone else who's watching on replay, that card is a brilliant card to get, and just to understand even the people that have seemed the most challenging to us have the most to offer us. And actually, they need to be appreciated and loved for that in a way, because they helped us to understand those lessons that we wanted to come into this lifetime to understand, to learn. So, Marie, you wanted the forest one. So let's go back to the secret forest for yours. And yeah, Katja, let me know how that resonates with you, what that's bringing up in you. Is there a collaboration? Is there a work collaboration? Is there a new partnership? Is there a combination of, or something else? Oh, it's a daisy. Got a few there. We'll need to narrow it down. Just keep an eye on the comments as well while I'm shuffling. Try to do both. But yeah, it's really nice to be back with you guys. As I say, it's been a few weeks, but for different reasons as well. Because last Sunday, again, I was actually at the festival. What was it? Oh, I went to see Tom Reed Wilson last Sunday. He was amazing. For those of you that like words and like language. So this is perfect for you, Marie. You've got the wood nymph and it's beauty. And beauty is part of, what you're working on at the minute. So let's see what the message is from this card. So she's a bathing beauty. And it's number 52. Nicely. Yes, it's the last card in the deck, actually. Looking fragile, delicate, and luminescent, these three wood nymphs, sometimes called forest queens, are stretched out in the moss at the base of a tree. Bathing in the moonlight, their flowing gossamer gowns sparkle and shimmer, seemingly made out of light. Their dreams and visions, translucent and diaphanous, waver in the air above them. And I'm smiling at the word queen because I kind of gave you a crown image earlier on today, and saying, like, remember your sovereign energy kind of thing, your glorious, beautiful energy. And even when it doesn't feel like that, it's remembering that's actually what we're tapping into. So already that's a beautiful message for you. Radiant, glorious beauty is growing within you. Let beauty be your North Star to guide you. What feels as well as what looks lovely will sustain and nourish you. And beauty is part of our energy, our unique makeup in particular. Your ability to see inner depths around you is in direct correlation with a remarkable, sumptuous life. I love that word, sumptuous. It's really juicy, isn't it? Create harmony and peace within your home, even doing so in small ways, such as a vase of flowers, a scented candlelit bath. can make a difference. Relax and surround yourself with comfort and elegance. The more you acknowledge beauty in your environment, in yourself, and others, and of course that's been a challenge for you with the things that you've had to contend with. So beauty is a real it's a gift and a challenge kind of thing for you. Acknowledging that beauty and I want to say exuding that beauty and feeling that for yourself. You are truly and utterly gorgeous and lovable. As you cherish yourself, so here we've got that word cherish again, which feels like a new command word that we're getting tonight. As you cherish yourself, the luminescence around you will grow. The nymphs of ancient Greek folklore are beautiful, supernatural beings of the forest. Their appearance here symbolizes that your own beauty, both inner and outer, is growing. There are many accounts of travelers walking through a forest and seeing wood nymphs bathing in the sunlight in a grotto or next to a stream or pool, singing or dancing. Follow the example of the nymphs. Relax, spend time in nature, and sing and dance with joy. I love that heart. So it says, the spirit of the wood nymph says, remarkable spiritual beauty is growing within you. Be aware of the beauty that is around you, and splendor will expand in your life. And of course, you're tapping into your own energetic streams, and beauty is very much a part of that. So it's expanding that energy and being able to hold that expanded energy as well. Create beauty in your home, even in the smallest ways, and an inner grace will radiate out from you. So that's lovely. And we want to get the number of 52 as well to add to that, which says, challenging conversations will take you to a place of certainty and understanding. Be open to hearing the truth. So it's like seeing the beauty even in those challenging conversations, or in the, whatever the situation is, being able to see the beauty in that and being able to see the bigger picture and the bigger lesson, it feels like. So next up, we've got Joe, who wants wisdom. And we are going to go over a little bit, just because we spent a little bit of time chatting about important things before we started doing the readings. So it's all good, because like I say, I've not been here for a wee while. So let's see what lovely Joe's message is. Oh gosh, these cards are quite shiny and slippery. Like I say, I feel a little bit out of practice. I feel a little bit rusty. So yeah, this time last week, as I said, you're welcome, honey. It's a really good one for you, and I'm sure you'll share more on that in the next few days. More will land on that for you. So yeah, this time last week I was away seeing Tom Reed Wilson, who's a master wordsmith, talking about the having her voice and her message. And he was, I don't, for any of you that follow Tom, or if you saw him on I'm a Celebrity, or if you've seen him on other shows that he's done, he's a beautiful man. He's really so intelligent, so talented. He can sing, he can dance, he can quote Shakespeare, he can, turn his hand to anything. And he talks about, say having an inner critic and being how he is. He had plenty of outer critics as well, but he started to really, I think when he was quite young, he started to really play up and enhance his quirks rather than try to hide them. And he's made a living out of it, and made a really carved a really unique space for himself, I want to say. And it was just a delightful man. It was really lovely. So I just thought I'd share that with you. So Joe, you've actually got two. So you've got one which is the right way up, which is peace, and one which is upside down, which we need to pay attention to, which is chaos and conflict. So let's try and quickly get the message for those. So that's a 23, and a 33. So the chaos and conflict is another master number. So remember, we had the 22 earlier on. So the master number 33, in fact, I'm going to look at that first, just to kind of steer things with that, because it's so the 33 is the number of the master teacher, which is very appropriate for you because you are a teacher. So I love that. And also in Kyle's definitions, 33 says, Master Jesus and his angels are with you. This is a sacred time for growth and healing. It is interesting. So it's kind of going back to what we're talking about for you with the, I don't know if what we were talking about at the beginning, as you said, at the beginning of the week, if you have felt a response to that, or if there's something bubbling up within you that needs to be said, and that like that, you kind of need to teach people in that way through whatever way feels good to you. And it feels like there's, you're part of a bigger, and Joe's saying, wow, it's like you're part of a bigger, something bigger than yourself, I want to say. So let's get the deck. So, but with that comes a little bit of conflict, because it is amazing, isn't it? Because there's a bit of like, oh yeah, I want to be part of that, and then also like, oh shit, kind of thing. That's what happens as a human, that we kind of expand and contract, and it's good. I need to hear this. Lovely. So 23, the peace card, which was there, and then I've lost it again. I get excited. Freedom from an attachment, radical acceptance. It doesn't get any better than a quiet mind, a heart fulfilled, freedom from want, and the soul's satisfaction. The way to peace is through radical acceptance. And I know that you teach that anyway, Joe, actually. It feels like that's really, excuse me, energy shifting here is really part of what you're here to shift, something bigger than myself. Yeah, and I think it's good to remember that, but also to remember that because it's something bigger than yourself, there's more people on that journey with you. There's other people to help you with it. It's not just you doing it yourself. And that's why you've got Master Jesus and the big dogs helping you with that, I want to say. So everything in your world is exactly as it should be. Harmony is beautiful. Enjoy it. No problem, Danny. Lovely to see you. Thanks for coming on first, and thanks for thanks for being here. It's lovely to have that continued journey together. I love that. Thank you, and we'll speak to you soon. So I'm going to leave that one there and go to the chaos and conflict, because that feels like the kind of juicy bit as well. But it's nice to have you've got the peace and the chaos and conflict. So it's a really interesting kind of juxtaposition, isn't it? So we've got that inner peace, and we've got that ability to tap into that. So kind of before I get to this one, it feels like you've got the ability. I want to meet those who are part of the collaboration. Yeah. And it feels like, what was I going to say? I lost my thread. It'll come back to me. It's like that balance of, you've got that ability to tap into that peace and that knowing and that trust and that like that core, and to hold both, like to hold both, and that's what I want to say, like to hold the inner peace and the faith, and like I've got this. I feel like there's a core, there's a peaceful core that you can tap into, and also there is chaos and conflict and around you, and our minds bring chaos and conflict at times, but it's like, just know that you've got the ability to do both. You can be both peaceful and chaotic, and both can coexist, I want to say. Essential meanings of this card: disarray, being at cross purposes with one another, the tension of opposites, the value of chaos before order. So that's kind of what we're saying about the opposites. It's like we've got those dualities and those abilities to hold, the chaos and the peace, and to be at one with those. That's making sense. Thank you. So opposing forces come together to create a turbulent atmosphere. But consider the value of chaos that serves you well. As you become unmoored by it, scattered to the winds, you leave behind the parts of yourself you no longer need, and disperse seeds to reinvent yourself anew. Although the conflict appears to exist externally, its essence is also internal, projected outward and causing disarray. And to me, this goes back to what you were talking about and demonstrating beautifully last Monday, and one of the things that you did with Mel, where you could hold that belief of like, oh, I've got this external belief, and equally I can transform it, I can transmute it, and I can use that as fuel for the fire, kind of thing. So I know you'll know what I mean by that. So you may find yourself at cross purposes with someone else, facing a storm you feel you can't control. And of course, when there's heated things going on, or things that are you know um, in the social media, or in the zeitgeist, if you like. Right, I'm going to have to probably come back to these other comments. There's quite a lot of detailed comments there. Marie's going to hop off. No worries, getting school and college stuff ready. Hope everyone has a good week. Katja, I'll come back to yours in a second, love. So back to Joe. Sorry. Yet every storm, yeah, because of the media storm, that's what I was trying to say there. Sorry. So there feels like there's a media storm there, and that's the bit that feels kind of out of your control, or difficult. But yet, in the eye of the storm, you can find the peace, I feel like I want to say. So, yet every storm passes, and chaos leads to a receding of things. Conflict provides a way to see more than one side of a situation. Look upon this as just a moment in time when you may need to take shelter and step away from the fray. Don't be too eager to fight. This is a time to understand rather than to be understood. So there's something there within that message for you to kind of collaborate and come together with people and find a common ground, I want to say. So Katja saying, thank you so much. I have been appreciating of all my relationships recently, especially the connection I have with my mum. I just visited her last week in Finland. We haven't had the most easiest of relationships, but I appreciate and respect her as my mum, and she has taught me a lot. Also, I spent time with my close friend, whom I don't see very often, but I see her as my soul sister. I love that. I'm lucky I have lovely people around me, and also getting on better with my ex-partner and feeling gratitude of him as, and it says ... But that's it. It's like recognizing all those things have value in our life. All those people have things to teach us, whether it's, like I'm going to say, our relationships with our mothers are some of the most difficult and the most loving, but also the most challenging that we'll ever have. So I totally get that. And when we can appreciate it, and when we can see the value in it and see the beauty in it, then that's what brings us the harmony. And the same like your ex and so on. So yeah, and having your soul sister friend, like those friends that even though you might not speak for 6 months sometimes or whatever, that when the chips are down, they'll be there for you, and those are the best kind to have, isn't it? So Nicole is up next. She wants a wisdom card as well. And then, we've got 2 for Nicole as well. So, in fact, we've got 3. So we're going to have to try and be quite quick with these because I've already gone way over time. So we've got 8. We've got community, which is perfect for Nicole, because Nicole, some of you might know Nicole from Jador Photography, which is local to us here. And she's got a community there. She's got her the suite, which is her community of businesses and people that she supports. So you've also got 34, which is a leg up. And then you've got regeneration, 46. So I feel like we're probably going to have a wee chat about these more, Nicole, but we'll do the quick messages for each of them for you, and we'll do the numbers. So number 8, which was the first one, which is the kind of overriding message I want to say, is community. Belonging, being seen and understood by others, like-minded connections, a sense of family and friendship, knowing your place in the world. This card signals a new affiliation within a group. Humans are social creatures, and we need to know we are useful to our families and communities. In a community, everyone has an important function and feels I matter. Membership in the group provides a sense of belonging, of kinship, and of purpose that comes from working together for the greater fulfillment of all. Perhaps you are part of a spiritual community or an artistic one. Perhaps you are in a learning community where you share your love of education. And I feel like you're part of a lot of communities, Nicole, not just your community that you've created with the suite, but also different types of communities that you're a member of, a mentor in, and all these different things, all different roles that you play. And so that's very important to you and to your soul. Regardless of its form or focus, your community brings you joy. You will be inspired by it and want to contribute to it. Your contribution may be as small as showing up or as large as becoming its leader. Well, you're already its leader, as I say. No matter your position in the group, your presence is needed. So that's the first one, the sort of main one for you. And then 34, a leg up. So that's saying receiving help, delegating authority, interdependence. So for you, I would say that's about being able to get help from other people and not have to do it all yourself. Yes, you're the leader, but that you can also receive. You don't have to like be the doer of everything, I want to say. So it says you've come to a point where going it alone is no longer optimal for you. Life has a way of presenting you with the perfect people to align with you who can give you a leg up during this next phase of your journey. Help comes to you in all the areas of your life where you need a boost. The trick is to accept that aid so freely given. When you embrace interdependence, allowing teamwork and independence to commingle, miracles happen. Now is such a time. So again, I'm going to say we should definitely be having a catch up that we've been planning for a while. Like, let's try and make that happen sooner rather than later. And then the last one, 46, is the regeneration. And that one feels really important as well. So that says, I want to say it's almost like there's got to be a bit of burning things down in order to build them back up. So it says, rebirth, second chances, new opportunities. Second chances are available to you now. Whatever opportunities you thought were dead are now revived in a more authentic, stronger form. Whatever you may have perceived as a failure or loss is now being replaced by something better and more powerful growing in its place. This rebirth is assured. Step into your new life. Destiny is being fulfilled in wondrous ways. So I love that. That's very exciting. So we've got the 8 energy, which is a cycle or pattern is being repeated now so that you understand the lesson. Take time to reflect. And then we've got the 34. You are being connected to universal masters for inspiration and insights that will guide you on your journey. Trust in your feelings. And then 46. Trust that archangels are supporting you through the energy of change that is around you at this time. So very auspicious cards, I want to say, Nicole. And it feels like there's been a lot going on, but it's for that regenerative reason. It's like things need to be kind of like shaken up in order to just get rid of what's no longer relevant and to kind of, as I say, I want to kind of say, like, you want to burn it down to the ground a wee bit, not completely, but you know what I mean? Like, certain things just need to be gone in order to see what is truly important. That's kind of what we want to see for that. And last but not least, we have Barb, who wants a wisdom card as well. So let us see what Barb's message is. And then I'm going to watch the piano and see the final of that and see who's going to win that. So you've also got 2 cards, one which is the right way up and one which is the wrong way up. So here and now is the opposite way around, Barb. So we need to pay particular attention to that. And then you've also got all that glitters. So here and now, and there's a song with that one, 32. Being fully present in the moment, living one day at a time. Everything happens in the now, in the present. Only this moment counts. You have what it takes to handle anything today if you let go of the need to look into the future or reflect on the past. Be present and notice what is going on right now. This very moment has the potential for you to create miracles in your life. So there's something going on in the here and now that you're missing at the minute. It feels like you need to be present to it. Maybe your energy is too scattered, or you're too, trying to be across too many things. And it's like you're missing a trick, I want to say. So there's an opportunity, there's a portal opening for you. But you need to actually be here now in order to appreciate it, rather than, oh, what was going on then or what's going to happen then. It's like you've got to be here, just being in the present and appreciating it. And then the 16 says, if we can get to it here, all that glitters. I need to see beyond the superficial. The desire to don a mask or dress something up to disguise its true nature. trying to be something you're not, chasing after every sparkly new thing, being mercurial. It's only human to want to adorn oneself in trinkets and to paint a pretty picture of oneself. It's natural to want to acquire the trappings of status or to deny them as a statement of rebellion. But if it sparkles, is it better? Whether it's a fast car, a big house, a title or position, the stamp of authority, or the sparkling of diamonds, these icons let you know something about a person, place, or thing. Or do they? The truth is that people seek to acquire things because of what they will do for them and how they will symbolically elevate them and make them more attractive. This card signals that it's time to see beyond the adornments and probe underneath the surface. Learn to recognize the masks people wear and the motives underlying them. Imagine that all the glitter is gone. Would you still desire the object or person? So that feels like the thing you've got to be present to. You've got to be in the here and now to notice what this thing is that appears glittery or appears, to be all of that, but actually there's more to it. And it's like, but if you just look on the surface and you're busy looking here, there, and everywhere, you're going to miss the true meaning of that situation that needs to be seen for what it is. So the 16, which is this one, the all that glitters message, is you are being invited to upgrade your choices and move toward experiences that support your joy and purpose. Let go and move forward. And then the other one was 32. It's interestingly, it's a double of 16. And that says, your relationships with yourself and others are being supported by your angels and guides. Call on them for as much help as you need and know it's never too much. So it does feel something quite pivotal there, Barb, that you've got to be really paying attention to, and especially in relationships, and probably one relationship in general, it's maybe not all of it seems and needs to be kind of looked into, but you are being supported with that. So Nicole saying, thank you, that was so relevant. I need to see you to explain what's been going on, but it feels like a new start now. Well, I'm glad to hear that's relevant. And of course, like I said earlier on, it's all in perfect divine timing when we get these messages, whether you receive that now or whether that's in a day or two, or whether that's for anybody else watching that will watch these lives or the recordings later on. So yeah, do give me a shout and let's get something in the diary to have a wee catch up and see how we can support each other. Barb, let us know what that message means to you, or if we can help with that one further for you. So I will love you and leave you because we've gone on quite a while tonight. We've been about an hour and a quarter. So thank you for sticking with me at the beginning, those of you that were here at the start. And thank you for all your messages and all your love and support. And please do take that perspective away and do take the message away that I was saying at the beginning, like not to leave things too late, because we just never know. Tomorrow isn't promised to us all. So if we've got something important to do and something that's really on our hearts to do, then please, and if you need some help with it, please do reach out, because that's what I'm here to do, is to help us live our best life and to do that sooner rather than later and not put things off till tomorrow that we can be doing today. So that's what I want to leave you with. So thank you. I will leave you with love and I will speak to you all again soon. All right. Lots of love. Bye for now.